Listen to your favorite shows live and on demand 24/7. Download the 77 WABC mobile app now. It's a common sense recap of the big stories. It's Katz and Cosby on 77 WABC.
The world is on high alert. In fact, Secretary of State Antony Blinken just issued an urgent warning, saying that he believes, he's told G7 members that an attack on Israel could come in the next few hours. This is a huge deal. And joining us now here to talk about all of this is Professor Alan Dershowitz, great Harvard Law School professor emeritus. Professor Dershowitz, how concerned should Israel and the world be?
Well, before we get to that, I went to visit my granddaughter a little while ago, and she ordered an Uber to take us to dinner. And the Uber came, and it was not only an electric car, it had no driver.
Oh, my goodness.
Car, there's no driver.
Where are you? No, you're in Arizona or something?
Yeah, where is that?
In San Francisco. We were going from her house to the restaurant about 3 miles away, up and down hills, and I'm driving in the passenger seat next to this empty seat, and the wheel is turning, and the brakes are going on, and a guy walks in front, and the brake goes on. It was phenomenal. I really have to tell you, I was scared, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'd be too scared to get into that. You're braver than I am.
I got into it. Speaking about the Middle East, look, the thing I don't understand is any rational country in the world that is told that it's going to be attacked in a few hours would engage in a preemptive attack. They would say, no, you're not. We're sending our pilots, our drones. We're going to destroy your missile launchers. But Biden won't let the Israelis engage in a preemptive attack. What Biden has said is, we'll defend you, but if you dare to do anything offensive, we will no longer defend you. We will pull away. That is telling Israel how to conduct itself. In 1967, it engaged in a preemptive attack, and it won the war. In 1973, Americans, this time the Republican Kissinger, said, don't engage in a preemptive attack, and they lost 6,000 people in that war. So I just think it's a terrible mistake for the United States to be in any way dictating to Israel how to defend itself, whether preemptively or reactively, to what inevitably is going to be an attempt by Iran to kill many Israeli citizens. And the head of Iran said, we're targeting civilians. We're not targeting military. We're trying to kill civilians. They admit it. They brag about it. Israel should have the right to preempt, retaliate, do whatever it takes, destroy the nuclear reactors there, whatever it takes without constraints by the United States.
Alan, this is Pete King. First of all, thanks for all again, we're just talking about how incredible you are for so many years. Isn't Netanyahu, can he stand strong against this opposition from the United States? I hope he can. But I'm just saying, what do you think? I don't
think any prime minister can respond to a president of the United States who says, even though I'm only going to be in office another few months, I will not defend you if you engage in a proactive attack. Remember, Israel can be overwhelmed by rockets from Hezbollah. They have 100,000 rockets at short range that can land within seconds. And the Iranian rockets are less dangerous because it takes hours to get there. But the Hezbollah rockets are the most dangerous. The Houthis, the second most dangerous. Hamas, not so much. And Iran, probably not so much. Although they're very sophisticated, they take a long time to get there.
Well, Alan, can the U.S. put limitations on how Netanyahu responds? If they are attacked, can they also say, okay, you have to limit how you respond?
They can. They can put it because they have the boats and the ships and the airplanes in the area, and Israel relies not only on the United States but on Jordan. Today there was a crucial meeting between the prime minister or whatever of Jordan who went over to Iran.
I think it was a foreign minister.
Foreign minister, but that's very dangerous because Jordan plays a major role in preventing Iran rockets because they have to fly over Jordan. They can't get to Israel without flying over Jordan. And in the last time they tried this, the Jordanians played a very positive role. Now, you know, I've met the king of Jordan, and I haven't met his wife. His wife is impossible and bigoted and biased.
Yeah, she's a Palestinian.
Yeah, but she's a liar. She just makes up stories. But I've met the king, and he seems like a decent
He's
man
a great
himself.
guy. He is a great ally of the U.S. He does tremendous work behind the scenes.
And I
for
met
us.
his father. I knew his father, King Hussein. And what I worry about is Jordan maybe being not as cooperative this time around. And this meeting, maybe it was designed to tell the Iranians, hey, slow down, don't have a massive attack, as if you do, you will be massively attacked. And, it's in Iran's interest not to engage in a war with Israel and the United States because it does so well through its proxies. It loses nobody. Even today, the one it's trying to react to, it didn't lose anybody. It was the head of Hamas. It was in Iran, but it wasn't an Iranian. The last time the Iranians lost anybody was Soleimani, and they responded to the United States, but in a relatively minor way. So it may come tonight, and it's going to be very difficult.
Professor,
it's a real test.
The last time they tried to hit us with 300 drones, only one made it through. And I called it a Hollywood production, Act 1, Scene 1. Is this going to be a real production, or is this going to be another to show their people what they're doing?
I don't know. Chekhov once said, who wrote great plays, if you put a gun on the wall in the first act, by the third act, you better have used it and fired it. So I don't know whether we're going to see a greater.
Well, I'm doing Sid's show tomorrow morning, too, so we'll find out by tomorrow morning.
Yeah. I was on today. I love being on.
I know. I love talking to you.
Yeah.
And we're going to start a Brooklyn club, and we're going to start a Brooklyn show.
I love to do the Brooklyn show. Brooklyn, old and new. I'll tell all the stories, of Jackie Robinson, who I met, of, Gil Hodges, who I met, Carl Erskine.
Wow. We got to find a co-host with you.
Yeah. We have a young co-host.
Excuse me, I was going to volunteer, but I'm too old. Okay.
Yeah, well, Arthur Idala might be good, or we could get a young Arthur Idala. Remember him? He's a good guy.
By the way, I'd love to hear that show about meeting Jackie Robinson. I mean, that's history. That's so cool.
Oh boy, I have so many.
Duke
stories.
Schneider.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I grew up in Queens. I went to high school and college in Brooklyn. My father's family's from Brooklyn. And I had the honor of meeting Carl Erskine after he played. But from my high school window at Brooklyn Prep, I could see them tearing down Ebbets Field. I have never gotten over that traumatic impact on my psyche.
I was in touch with Carl Erskine 1 year ago. He just died. 1 year ago, we were in touch. We talked about his son, who was mentally retarded.
Yes,
he wrote a book about his two heroes, his mentally retarded son and Jackie Robinson, who he knew. It's a great, great book. And Carl Erskine was a great man.
Wonderful
the
guy.
Boys of Summer. Guy. The Boys of Summer.
Yeah, very famous.
Remarkable.
Yeah.
And, I own Jackie Robinson's rookie ring from 1947,
wow.
and I also own the 1955 World Series ring that they only won one World Series in history,
right.
And I have the ring from that year too. I'm a crazy collector.
Wow.
All right, let's see what happens overnight. And Arthur Idala is really a fine person, and we joke around a lot, but he works for 970, so it's.
He does, yeah. He's a great guy. Good.
Thank you, and we'll talk to him maybe in the morning. Let's see what happens.
Let's see. Bye.